Bro, come on, don't look at me like that. That was the cat. That was the kitty. Repetitiveness. Repetitiveness is the main thing that I feel like I've fallen suit to within my life, and I have repetitively, constantly set this back as if I could swallow down the nervousness or the change, any other time. But procrastinating, whether you have the most or the least material, really brings you nothing. You're not building anything at the end of the day. A small hut or the biggest house, regardless of what materials you have, you do with what you will. You do with what you have. And the moment that you don't do is the moment that you start making a mistake. And I've made a mistake for a long time. And I've had a lot of things going on in my life recently. I am not in my parents' house anymore. Everything's one big situation. And, just recently, me and my girl, we were working at a particular place that I forbid to even speak out loud because of just how shocking all the things, like the things that have occurred. But my previous job, I got fired. A dude assaulted me over just like some non-existential shit, like people steal a lot in retail and in the environment that we worked in, and it was mainly just me and her closing all of the time, full time, and just being very derogatory, very verbally disrespectful, and eventually turned physical. I ended up defending myself, and because of that occurrence, we got moved to other stores and all that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other complications to it, but it's the principle that I lost my job due to defending myself, and even though it's been weighing heavy on me, I've reflected in my mind that it's always hard to fully know what you've reflected on, because the average human, when they put their brain to the mental process of change, you think of the ramifications of change, whether it be positive or negative, and you may activate the proper actions towards that change, but that doesn't necessarily qualify you to change. And I've realized that no matter what, like I said at the beginning, no matter what materials you have, you're only going to change on your own accord. This is something that I wanted to do, and that even through all of the hard times, all of the mentally and physically abusive things that I have endured without the years, I endure it for this, or I endure it for me, but I endure it to do things like this, and I'm wronging myself by not doing it, by not taking that extra step into oh my god, bro. Oh, bro. That's a long thing about long hair, that pokes you in the eyes. But I don't know. I was wronged for doing a basic moral thing that a lot of human beings would do. I still stand by the fact of, in my mental, that I would have only been able to keep my job if I allowed the man to knock me out. Would I have ever in any universe allowed that to happen? No. Do I wish the situation could have changed? Do I wish it might have been different? Do I wish it even had to become a physical altercation? No. But can I change the situation? No. So I will make do with what things I have obtained, whether it be negative or positive, and I will move forward. But this is something that has been special to me, in the sense of, it may not be something that will be big ever, but that doesn't really matter, because what matters to me is me doing this. Back then I was playing Batman freshman year of high school, getting barely any sleep, you know, also working, going to school and stuff like that. And, you know, I was still recording these videos because the fact that I found it entertaining. You know, I had a craving passion for it. You know, I wanted to be the next Corey Kenshin, you know. I wanted to be the next Berlizzi because, you know, those people, what they provided for me growing up, you know, a little bit of, you know, that's what people who want to do this, you know, part of them do. They want to not only entertain, but they want to provide a safe environment for other people to either regain their mental space or just to genuinely gain happiness after a hard day in general. It doesn't even have to be something as deep as, you know, someone having, you know, deeper mental problems or mental issues or having anything majorly going on, because everyone truly matters at the end of the day. You know, everyone deserves the equal chance to be heard, to be acknowledged, to be cared about. And, you know, like I said, regardless of how small or how big this channel is, I just want to provide a good, funny environment to where no matter what, how bad my life is, no matter how bad your life may be, you know, no matter how bad anybody's life may be. I mean, our world is going to shit actively every day. I'm pretty sure we both know that. The like 40 of you that probably will watch this video, but I'm still happy with those 40. I'm still appreciative of every single one of you, because regardless, you know, if somebody was trying to output their art, they would be happy to see 40 people look at their art and get good approval. And, you know, I don't care if it's good or bad approval. You know, I care about feedback regardless, because feedback and info are two of the most important things you can gain in this world. Because even if it does not stick with you for the, you know, rest of your residual life, regardless, you know, knowledge is still power. Knowledge will still drive you to be good. I hope you will be good. I will try my best to be good. I will do my best to upload consistently, because this is something that I do genuinely miss doing, as it was a very small but fun part of my couple past years, but I want to make it a big fun thing in the next couple of years if I could. So yeah.
Thank you.